Of course, there's a big elephant in the room always, which is called AI,
Yeah.
right? And so I know that you are an expert in the subject, and we're living now in these very interesting times of new AI systems coming online, pretty much every couple of weeks. So I kind of, to me, that whole debate about what is it, what is artificial intelligence, where is it going, what should we do about it, needs an influx of this type of considerations that we've just been talking about. That, for instance, the idea that inspiration, creativity doesn't come from accumulation of knowledge, because obviously a child has not yet accumulated knowledge. And yet the great ones are on record saying that a child has a capacity to create. And an adult credits the inner child
The inner child, yeah.
for this capacity to create as an adult, you see. That's kind of weird if we take the point of view that everything is computation, everything is accumulation of knowledge, that just bigger and bigger data sets, finer and finer neural networks, and then we will be able to replicate human consciousness. If we take that point of view, then what I just said kind of doesn't fit. Because obviously a child has not been fed any training data, as far as we know. Yet they're perfectly capable of distinguishing between cats and dogs, for instance, and stuff like that. But much more than that, they're also capable of that, wide-eyed, sort of perspective. So can it really be captured? That perspective, that sense of awe, can it really be captured by computation alone? I don't know the answer, so I'm not sort of trying to present a particular point of view. I'm just trying to question any theory that starts out by saying life is this or consciousness is this. Because when you look more closely, you recognize that there are some other things at play which do not quite fit the narrative.
And it's hard to know where they come from. It's also possible that the evolutionary process has created it is computation, and the child is actually not a blank slate, but the result of one of the most incredible several billion year old computations that had explored all kinds of aspects of life on Earth, of war and love and terror and ambition and violence and invention, all of that, from the bacteria to today. So like that young child is not a blank slate. They're actually hold within them the knowledge of several billions of years.
Right. The question is whether, as a child, you carry that in the form of the kind of computational algorithms that we are aware today. You see, what strikes me as unlikely is that, how should I put it? How interesting that, you are a computer scientist, and there are other people. I have studied computer science, so I know a little bit. And so it's tempting to say, oh, the whole world is computer science, or can be explained by computer science.
Yes.
Why? Because it makes me feel good. Because I have mastered it. I have learned it. Yeah. My ego is very happy.
Yeah.
And people come to me and they look up to me and they revere me. Kind of like priests in old days, when religion was paramount, when you would tend to explain things in theological, religious terms. Today, science has progressed. There are fewer people who kind of buy into religion, official religion, So we have this urge, I suppose, to explain and to know and to dissect and to analyze and to conceptualize, which is a wonderful quality that we have, and we should definitely pursue that. But I find it a little bit unlikely that the universe is just exactly what I have learned and not something that I don't know, you see?